Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment.
What if I told you Chicago Sky fans went from calling Angel Reese the franchise savior to wondering if there's a return policy, all in record time? 1 minute, she's the future. The next, they're questioning their sanity. After posting the worst plus-minus in the entire WNBA, fans aren't just doubting her game, they're doubting everything. Did the Sky just draft a rising star? Or a walking turnover factory? Strap in, because this collapse makes reality TV look like a peaceful yoga retreat.
Reese picking up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA records, but unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss, 99-74. The Chicago Sky, you're seeing that right.
Chicago Sky fans are officially in crisis mode. And no, it's not because of the weather, it's because they're finally realizing Angel Reese might just be a live-action turnover wearing Nikes. The fanbase's emotional breakdown this week has been so brutal, you'd think the team accidentally suited up a traffic cone. But nope, no trade mistake here. They drafted her, handed her a locker, and even had her name custom engraved like she wasn't about to wreck their hopes one possession at a time.
There's a true crash out in the Angel Reese congregation. The Angel Reese congregation is losing their minds. The podcasters are losing their minds. I have seen video comments. The fans of Chicago are trying to fire the coach. They're now finally calling out Angel Reese for her lack of fundamental skills. And after we witnessed what we witnessed last night in that one specific clip, holy Lord, it is getting worse.
Let's kick things off with a stat line so bad it deserves its own documentary. Angel Reese isn't just having a rough stretch, she owns the worst plus-minus in the entire WNBA. At this point, she's not just underperforming, she's rewriting the manual on how to sabotage a box score. Fans are watching her and wondering, hold up, is she playing for the other team? Because whatever game plan she's running, it's definitely helping the opponents. Forget stat padding, like she's erasing numbers like it's a spring cleaning checklist.
Angel Reese, that was the worst game I have ever seen her.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, enter the fans, now unleashing sarcasm like it's a professional sport. One joked, I tried ordering an Angel Reese jersey, but just like her shots, it never made it to the basket. That punchline is hitting harder than her field goal percentage. Another fan quipped, still waiting for her to accuse us of being racist, just for pointing out she defends like a lost traffic cone. When your own supporters are roasting you harder than Thanksgiving dinner, and getting more traction online than your entire offensive output, you know it's bad.
Look, we gotta be honest about Angel Reese here. We've gotta be honest. She can't score layups. That's a fact.
The saddest part, this isn't some sudden crash and burn. It's been a slow motion nosedive from an already shaky takeoff. Remember last season when Angel Reese mysteriously vanished during crunch time? Poof. Gone. And what happened next? Oh right, the Chicago Sky started winning. It's like she's the anti-lucky charm. When she's on the floor, the scoreboard takes a nosedive, but the moment she's off, boom, the offense clicks, the ball moves, and the wins start rolling in. Who knew subtraction could add so much?
Did Angel Reese break? I didn't say it was a good record. I never said that. Shout out to you, Priceless. I missed this. Historically bad shootings with a E emoji. Angel Reese goes 0 for 7 from within 4 feet of the basket to tie most misses from that distance in the WNBA over the past 10 seasons.
What's truly wild is that Angel Reese didn't just ease into the WNBA. She crashed onto the scene with more buzz than a blockbuster movie teaser. She came in loud, proud, and full of self-comparisons that were frankly bigger than her game. And now we're watching a player log 32 minutes and contribute about as much as a folding chair. It's like she's got an allergy to assists. 4 teammates wide open on the arc, waving their arms like stranded cab riders. And she's out there launching bricks like she moonlights at a construction site. And let's talk about that brickwork. We're not just talking missed shots. We're talking misjudgment, missed development, missed chances to actually elevate. Every time she drives into the paint, it's less about scoring and more like a safety hazard. Fans aren't leaning forward in anticipation. They're ducking like a rebound might hit the 10th row. Some are even begging for her to sit again, not out of hate, but just so they can finally enjoy a game that doesn't feel like performance art. Because maybe, just maybe, that's what this is. Not basketball, but a philosophical experiment. Maybe Angel Reese isn't a forward. She's a thinker, a deep misunderstood artist forcing us to question the very definition of the sport. Or maybe she's just clinging to the delusion that stat padding on a losing team equals greatness. But here's the problem. You can't pad stats when your numbers aren't soft. They're jagged, sharp, violent, like stats that punch you in the face just for looking at them.
So much last year that this was a player that was on the level of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has a bad day, goes 11, 6, and 4, foul trouble. Angel Reese on the same day has the worst day of her life.
And then there's the media circus. Every time someone dares to criticize Angel Reese, out come the excuses like clockwork. She's just a rookie. Give her time. She's learning. Funny because plenty of rookies are learning. But their stat lines don't look like calculator glitches. This isn't just about being young, it's about refusing to grow. She entered the league with more social media noise than actual footwork. And now folks are supposed to act shocked when she plays like someone who got subbed in from the local rec league. Even her body language tells the story. The frustration, the eye rolls, the slumped shoulders. It's not the look of a competitor, it's the vibe of a teenager grounded from TikTok. Where's the grit, the leadership? You'd expect at least a drop of humility after getting cooked by players who haven't even landed a shoe deal. But instead, we get the same tired swagger, minus the game to back it up. If overconfidence with no delivery was its own sport, Angel Reese would be leading the league in that too. And don't even get us started on defense. Actually, what defense? Angel plays like defense is optional. Drive to the hoop, she'll give you a polite wave on your way in. Someone's wide open for a 3, perfect time for her to strike a pose for the cameras. Her rotations are so slow, even dial-up internet is clowning her. She avoids contests like they're physical contact with responsibility. And when someone blows by her, she strolls back like she's on a relaxing walk in the park.
I mean, I hate to see it, honestly. Like, I wish her stats was better. Honestly, I really wish her stats was better, so I'll be like, word, definitely a Caitlin Clark competition, let's go. But you really not doing me or anybody else that wants you to do good any kind of favors with stat lines like this.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese.
Great rebounder. Pass the ball. That's all you got to do. Get assists. You be like the double-double of assists and rebounds. You ain't got to worry about the points. Have your teammates score. I don't understand. I ain't hating. It would be a lovely fucking competition, you know what I mean?
But hey, at least the fans are finally waking up. Slowly, painfully, like finding out your favorite artist lip syncs live. These are the same fans who once shouted Reese season from the rooftops. Now they're begging the coach, please bench her before she breaks the scoreboard. It's a total 180. Chicago Sky fans are turning on their so-called savior faster than she can rack up another turnover. Even the merch sales? Crickets. That's when you really know things are going south. The Sky front office has to be sweating. They didn't just invest in a player, they went all in on the brand. And now that brand is unraveling in real time. Every time Angel touches the ball, you can feel the crowd tense up like it's a horror movie jump scare. Is she going to shoot? Yes. Should she? Probably not. Will it go in? Only if the basketball gods feel generous. And the damage isn't just on the scoreboard, it's creeping into the locker room too. Don't let the scripted interviews and forced smiles fool you. Team chemistry doesn't lie. Nothing torpedoes morale faster than someone dominating the ball, bricking easy shots, ignoring wide open teammates, and then turning around to blame everything but themselves. It's not the system, it's not the refs, it's not the coach. Sometimes the hardest truth is also the simplest one. The problem is you.
Comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't start improving basketball-wise, there's not going to be much of a rivalry left because Caitlin Clark has owned her so far.
And before anyone pulls the "but she puts fans in seats" card, yeah, so does a clown at a kid's party. But eventually, people stop cheering for balloon animals and start asking for actual basketball. Hype doesn't win games. Flash doesn't win titles. Substance does. And right now, the only thing Angel Reese is delivering is raw, uncut frustration. It's disappointing, honestly. The league could have used her spark, the energy, the personality, the flair, but instead, we got a walking viral clip with zero real highlights, a TikTok superstar without a stat sheet to match, a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. Every game isn't just a performance. It's a tutorial in how not to adjust to the professional level. And the scary part? This could just be the beginning. If there's no self-awareness, no growth, no shift in mindset, then buckle up, because this spiral is only gonna get uglier. Fans can already feel it. The coach likely knows it. And the opponents? They're watching like vultures, waiting to feast. Every time Angel Reese steps on the court, she's not just going up against defenders. She's going head to head with the weight of her own hype. This is the narrative she built, the comparisons she welcomed, but now they're turning against her, and the WNBA isn't the kind of league where you can fake your way through it. Sooner or later, the scoreboard tells the truth. The box score tells the truth. And worst of all, the eyes of fans who once believed in you, yeah, they tell the truth too.
Comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't...
So what's next? Chicago might have some tough calls coming. Maybe more bench minutes, maybe trade rumors swirling, or maybe an urgent crash course in self-awareness. Because you can only watch a crumbling brick wall fall apart so many times before realizing it was never a strong structure to begin with. Just a flashy facade. Angel Reese entered the WNBA under the brightest spotlight. Now she's showing us exactly what happens when hype crashes headfirst into cold, hard reality. The big question, will she step up and grow or keep dragging the sky down with her? Fans aren't sticking around to see how this plays out. They're already jumping ship. Oh, and it just keeps getting juicier, or worse, depending on whether you're Angel Reese or anyone with a working basketball IQ. Let's break down plus minus, the stat that separates true pros from box score magicians. Angel somehow ended up with the worst plus minus in the entire league. No joke. That's her official line. You have to be seriously committed to tanking both offense and defense to hit numbers like that. Offense, almost invisible. Defense, optional. Team morale, held hostage. This isn't just a bad performance, it's performance art. An interpretive dance called Why Am I Even Here?
Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. I think there's only 40 minutes in a pretend basketball game, which is 40 minutes too many. But in 27 minutes, Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
Fans are finally waking up. The Chicago faithful, bless their hearts, held on to hope for a while. They bought the hype, snagged the merch, watched the glam shots, all thinking they were about to witness the next WNBA superstar in the making. What they actually got was a cold, hard lesson in disappointment, served with a side of missed layups and 0 assists. Trying to order an Angel Reese jersey online feels just like watching her play. Confusing, frustrating, and ending in failure. Now, Chicago Sky fans are bracing themselves for the inevitable, waiting for her to spin missed shots into some dramatic speech about oppression, as if missed free throws are suddenly a social justice cause. When even your own fans are mentally preparing for your next press conference, you know the ship's sinking fast. And who could forget last season's grand finale? Angel Reese pulled her classic disappearing act just as the Sky started winning again. Like magic, but the kind where the magician vanishes and the show actually improves.
Thing I want to focus on is this right here, okay? Now, she only did this one time, but I do not want to see her doing this in any other game, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at what happened, all right? She gets the rebound, she goes up, misses it, good fight. Gets the rebound again. Okay, we're going in. That was a good look. Gets the rebound again. Goes up again. Misses it. Get blocked. Now we're trying to go up again. Gets blocked. Like, this is what I don't want to see. Okay? Now, first attempt. Okay. Right? First attempt. All right, whatever. Boom. You get it right here. Now, honestly, in my opinion, give the ball back to the top of the key. All right, get the.
Let's be real, if Angel Reese were any more consistent at one thing, it'd be turning wide open layups into science experiments. Watching her on a fast break feels like watching someone sprint through thick mud. She's the only player who can halt a transition by simply being on the court. A turnover wrapped up in attitude, topped off with motivational quotes that spoil faster than milk left out in the sun. No fancy headband can hide a stat line that looks like a practical joke. Angel has completely redefined what it means to have a negative plus minus. She's not padding her numbers, she's dragging them down all on her own. Even her rebounds seem suspicious, bouncing off her own missed shots like she's rehearsing for a one-woman show. This isn't basketball, it's performance art titled How to Waste a Possession in 4 Dribbles or Less. At some point, we have to stop blaming teammates, refs, fans, or haters. We need to call this what it is, a self-inflicted basketball disaster. This isn't growth, it's a full-on regression with pom-poms. Angel Reese doesn't need more minutes. She needs a break, some therapy, and a reality check delivered straight from the last 5 games box scores. As for the team, they're stuck pretending this mess is just part of the learning curve. Nah, this isn't a curve. It's a nosedive. A kamikaze mission in high definition.
Angel Reese, part 33. I mean, it doesn't get better than this, man.
Reese, part 33. Let's get it. Only lost by 25 this time. Bang! That stuffer coming hot with the stats. She went 0 of 8, 5 turnovers, and she got 1 hit stick. Bang! She had 12 rebounds. 8 of them were the me-bounds, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. How about it? Bang! Again, there's another me-bound. Let's do it again. Bang! Another me-bound. Do it again. Bang! Another me-bound. One more time. Bang! Wait, you're allowed to pass the ball?
When Chicago Sky fans start turning against their supposed star, it's not hate, it's self-respect. They've been patient through the brick showers, endured the stat padding, and sat through endless Instagram rants. But now they're wide awake, and nothing threatens a brand built on fantasy more than a fan base that finally sees the truth. If this keeps up, the only thing Angel Reese will be leading is a comedy show. Unintentionally, of course. Her stat lines are more entertaining than any late-night comedy script. Chicago Sky, you had a chance to fly high, but instead you're spiraling downward, and sadly, Angel Reese seems to be piloting the plane, eyes shut tight, clutching a selfie stick.